Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is another Vsauce reaction, and this one is why are things creepy. This was suggested in my last Vsauce reaction, and I really enjoyed it. And I sort of gathered from the comments people want a lot more reactions to his channel because he is like a sort of OG. He's a legend of the YouTube sort of scene because he was sort of one of these sort of first channels who started doing these sort of sciencey type videos, or not even just science, just sort of philosophical or whatever. Just these really interesting type videos, basically. With now you have like all these channels like Lamino and like BuzzFeed Unsolved or whatever. Maybe not them ones, but I feel like a lot of channels sort of came from Vsauce and his like initial sort of start on YouTube. And yeah, I do really enjoy, from what I've seen of him in the past and from what I saw in the last video, I really just enjoy his videos because he knows what he's talking about. That's the main thing. He just knows what he's talking about. And again, people seem to love him. His reactions are a lot more fun to do than a lot of other creators because he just, he goes in depth, but he's also quite simple with what he says. And yeah, I don't know, I'm interested in the topics as well. Why are things creepy? It is a thing that I do kind of wonder, like, why do we get scared by certain things? Like for me, example, why do I get scared by certain things? Like, and when I say scared, I mean scared as hell. And maybe we'll learn in this, maybe I'll see why that is the case. But yeah, I just want to quickly shout out my Patreon. I've made it recently. The support on it has been crazy. If you're interested in seeing some Patreon-only reactions, links in the description for that. Also, videos that I post on YouTube get posted on the Patreon like way sooner. So this video would have probably been on the Patreon like 2-3 days ago. So if you want that, links in the description for those interested. But let's get into this. Let's check this out and see what Vsauce has to us. Also, links to my Instagram and my Twitter.
Hey,
Is he trying to
Vsauce.
Why is this intro always the same?
Hey, Vsauce. Michael here. Fear
Who's this in the back?
gives us life. Being afraid of the right things kept our ancestors alive. It makes sense to be afraid of poisonous insects.
I'm scared the thing behind him is gonna like jump up. Like, it's of him, isn't it? Like in the mirror or something. But I'm scared it's gonna come up behind him. I'm so scared of this kind of stuff, man. I really am.
Or hungry tigers. But what about fear when there is no clear and obvious danger? For instance, a teddy bear with a full set of human teeth.
What the fuck?
Or a smile. .jpg. There's something a
That is
little
kinda
off
weird.
about these images. Too much mystery and strangeness. But no obvious threat the way there is with a gun or a falling rock. But yet they still incite fear because they are creepy. But why? What gives us the creeps? What causes something to be creepy? We are now in my bedroom, the bedroom I grew up in Kansas. Like a lot of children my age, I was terrified of scary stories to tell in the dark. But the very first...
This is like a legendary book, isn't it? This is like a legend. I swear this got turned into a film, actually. I swear this was turned into a film recently. I might have actually seen it.
book that ever scared me was The Curse of the Squirrel. To this day, I still haven't finished the book, but that's just me. Psychologist James Geer developed the Fear Survey Schedule 2, which he used to find out what scared us the most. Combined with the results of a more recent Gallup poll, these are the things that scare most of us.
Suffocation, failing a test, injury of a loved one, death of a loved one, your own death, being self-conscious, not being a success, snakes, nuclear war, speaking in front of a group. That's me, bro. When I tell you I did not have the balls to speak in front of a group, I'm not joking, man. I hated it, and now I have a YouTube channel where thousands of people watch me. It's crazy how things turn, but I still think in public speaking I would absolutely shit myself. Criminal, gang violence, being alone, the future, making mistakes, war, spiders, terrorist attacks, looking foolish. A lot of these I can relate to. I think everyone can relate to all of these, actually, to be honest.
The most. All of these things are scary, but are they creepy? Let's get more specific. I love the way Stephen King delineates 3 types of scary stuff. The first is the gross out. This is something disgusting, morbid, diseased. The second is horror. Horror to King is the unnatural, a giant spider, or being grabbed in the dark when you thought you were alone. The third, terror, is different, creepier. He says terror is coming home to find that everything that you own has been replaced with an exact copy. Terror is feeling something behind you, its breath on your neck, knowing that you will be grabbed, but then turning around to find that there was never anything there in the first place.
This video is
not a lot of research has been done on that feeling, the creeps, but many theories and ideas involve vagueness, ambiguity. For instance, masks and why clowns are creepy. Claude Lévi-Strauss wrote that the facial disguise temporarily eliminates from social intercourse the part of the body which reveals personal feelings and attitudes.
Yes.
Part of the reason even a neutral or happy mask can be creepy may have to do with ambiguity. A mask hides the true emotions and intentions of the person underneath. I don't know if the person wearing that mask
what the fuck are these masks
is a threat or not. Vagueness is creepy when it comes to the human form. This is the famous uncanny valley. On a chart of humanness, there's a zone where something can be almost entirely human, but off by just a little. Not so wrong that it's clearly fake or funny, or so good that it's indistinguishable. Instead, it's just troubling. The creepiness of the uncanny valley is wonderfully demonstrated by John Bergeron's Singing Android.
This is the fucking weirdest video I've ever seen. Oh my god, this is the weirdest video I've ever seen. I swear there's like rumours that this guy ended up like burying someone or something like that. This video, oh, I hate it. I hate it. I don't even know how I got to see it in the first place, but it's probably the scariest video I've ever seen on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, I hate it so much.
Watch these videos.
Oh, he's gonna play it. No, 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 no. Why? Why?
When you're alone. A similar uneasy feeling comes from Shay St. John, a character created by Eric Fournier, funny to some, nightmare fuel to others. Uncanny humanoids, like all creepy things, straddle a line between two regions that we can understand and explain with language. Francis T. McAndrew and Sarah Kohnke describe being creeped out as an adaptive human response to the ambiguity of threats from others. Creepy things are kind of a threat, maybe, but they're also kind of not. So our brains don't know what to do. Some parts respond with fear, while other parts don't, and they don't know why. So instead of achieving a typical fear response, horror, we simply feel uneasy, terror, creeped out. Between the mountains of safety and danger, there is a valley of creepiness, where the limits of our knowledge and trust and security aren't very clear. Will looking at this cause you to die 1 week later?
Don't do anything. I'm
impossible.
I hate the idea of something jumping on the screen. I hate it.
Right? Maybe.
This guy.
That's the terror of ambiguity. We don't do well with
Why does he come back to the camera? His transitions are incredible.
ambiguity. When it involves our own intentions, it can make us lie. And when it involves danger, but no recognizable threat, it can make us think and feel some pretty weird things. Have you ever peered over a ledge, a railing, way high up, like so high up it made you nervous and dizzy, and felt something pushing you? Maybe even an urge to jump.
Yeah.
Have you ever stood on a ledge with a loved one and realized that you could push them? It would be that easy. You really could do it. And maybe you do want to do it, or maybe it's just cognitive dissonance. The fact that your brain is having to deal with ambiguity. A recent study by Jennifer Hames at Florida State University dubbed this the high place phenomenon. When approaching a ledge and a dangerous drop, your survival instinct kicks in and you pull yourself away. But your balance and motor systems don't get it. Nothing is pushing you, and you don't normally fall or leap randomly. So what's going on? The part of your brain that processes intention might resolve this by determining that something must be pushing you, or that you might actually want to jump or push your friend, even if none of that is true. Now, we're not done with ambiguity yet, because our language reflects the gray area of terror and creepiness. Take a look at the word terror itself. We have horrible and horrific, terrible and terrific. Why is that? Well, through history, we never really figured out what to call powerful experiences, because they're both. They are full of awe, awesome, and they are full of awe, awful. We need them to survive. We need fears and the creeps to understand our size, our weaknesses. But on the other hand, avoiding them is pretty great too. The creeps is a physical reminder that the world is vague and full of ambiguity, but that we are cunning, always trying to figure things out, but nonetheless fragile. Is that terrible or terrific? Well, it's both, which, as a creepy ghost would say, is kind of boo-tiful. And as always, thanks for watching.
Mate, I really do enjoy this channel, man. It's crazy how this content is, what, 7.5 years ago? This doesn't seem out of place on YouTube even to this day. Like, you know, when you look back at certain videos on YouTube and you can sort of see the style is just old school, and you can see it with some certain things of his transitions and stuff, but his actual sort of ideas and the things he talks about are just still relevant and still so interesting on YouTube to this day. And that's what makes his channel so legendary, I guess you could say. But yeah, really interesting one. Why are things creepy? I'm still sort of stuck at the point of like why I still get scared by, like, when he put this on the screen, this thing on the screen, I was actually kind of scared because I don't know why, but I thought it was just going to jump on the screen, and bro, I know it's so fake, but I just hate that. I thought, like, YouTube, I just thought it was going to jump onto the screen, and I just hate that idea, man. But let's read some comments. Imagine walking in the woods and you hear, "Hey Vsauce, Mike, wait, how fast can you run?" Fear literally is scared of this man. I should not be watching this alone at night in a shed. One day my crush, when she sees my limited edition Lightning McQueen crop.
We are now in my bedroom, the bedroom I grew up in.
What? Wait, what? One day my crush, when she sees my limited... I'm so confused. I love how he did not have a jump scare, yet he still managed to instill fear and dread with this neck black image in the very end. Oh, was there something at the end? Oh my god. I'm so happy I missed that. That would have if I was watching that through, that would have shut me the hell out. Huge wimp. Also, he clicks on video. Scary images shown. My brain, scroll down. This is not a drill. Scroll down. Everybody ganks me until Vsauce brings out the smile. When you're taking a shower and you have to close your eyes while washing the shampoo out of your hair, that's true terror. You don't know if something's around you. Am I the only one? What? I've never had that sort of fear in my life. It's okay, you're safe now in the comment section. I mean, I've got to do some more scary videos soon, and I'm absolutely shitting myself. Oh my god. Again, I know the videos are like, just the majority of them are fake, but it's just they still scare the hell out of me. Oh man, I'm not excited for them, but it's going to have to be done. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. More Vsauce on the way, more of these style of videos, because they really are interesting. But mate, I don't want to get to the scary videos. I hate them so much, but they make for good reactions, so I think I will do it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.